everyone, today I'm going to be sharing with you another product that I've been very kindly gifted by Hope Education, and I'm very excited to be working with them again. So the product that I'm talking about is this product here called Alphabet Fling, or on their website it's called Alphabet Frisbees. So it's a set of lightweight frisbees that come in this drawstring bag, and each frisbee has a letter of the alphabet on it. So I'm going to show you one just a little bit more up close just now. So here we have the letter G, and each frisbee comes in its own little pocket like this. So I'm just going to pull it out of its pocket. This is one of the funnest things about this product as well, is that it kind of just pops out like that. So I could really imagine the kids loving this. So each frisbee, as you can see, is made of this really lightweight material, and then you can do lots of different activities with this, which I'm going to go on and show you in a little second. And each frisbee has got the letter on it. Now all the letters that are on the alphabet are all lowercase letters, so that's really good for when you're teaching children phonics and letter formation. And as I said before, each frisbee comes in its little pocket like this, and they're really easy to put away, really easy to store, and then all your frisbees just get stored in this drawstring bag, which again takes up very little space in your classroom. So the first type of activity that you could do with these alphabet frisbees could be sound or letter recognition. So what you could do is you could lay out these frisbees either on your table if you're working at school, or even on the floor at school, or you could even be doing this type of activity at home. Is ask your child, can you find me the A? So then your child would look at the frisbees that you've laid out and then would pick up the correct sound to identify the sound that you've just said. Another activity you could do would almost be the reverse, where you could again lay out a selection of sounds. You could use all the sounds that are in the alphabet, or just a selection of the ones that your child knows or is currently working on, and you could actually pick one up and ask them to say the sound. So you could say, you know, what does this sound say? And then they would obviously answer, it's a So the next activity that you could use these alphabet frisbees for is matching games or matching activities. So what you could do is hold up either a card or a piece of paper. Now I'm just going to show you here, I've just used just a post-it. So you can hold up to the group of children that you're working with, or if it's one child, can you find me this sound? So you're not actually saying the sound, you're actually just asking them to match the sound. So they're actually just looking at what the sound looks like, what the letter shape looks like, and obviously they could either just go and find the sound to then match it to the card that you're holding up, or they could even, if it's like a post-it like this, they can go and label it. So this is a really, really simple activity to set up in your classroom. You can use bits of paper, I've just used post-its here, bits of card, and it's super easy to set up at home as well. So another activity that you can set up is looking at beginning, middle and end sounds in words. So once your children are ready to start looking at building words, these alphabet frisbees would be fab for practicing all those skills as well. So first of all, what you could do is you could again make some word cards just using bits of paper, post-its or pieces of card, and again this can be easily done in school and at home. So you could make up some simple CVC word cards. So I've written out the word hat here, and you can hold it up to your child and then you can ask, can you find me the beginning sound? So depending on what level your child is at, you can obviously be pointing to the sound, and then they would then go and identify the correct sound. So it's similar to the matching, but just a little bit more, maybe a little bit more trickier because they're using it in a word. Or to make it a little bit more challenging, don't point to the sound, but then still show them the word. So you can say to them, the word is hat, can you find me the end sound? So then they have to figure out of the three sounds that are in the word, which one's the end sound. And then to make it even more challenging, you can actually get rid of the CVC word cards, just have all your sounds put out on your table or the floor that you're working with. And again, depending on what level your child is at, would depend on how many sounds you would have out. And then what you could do then is just say the word. So we're looking at the word hat, can you find me the middle sound? And then they would have to hopefully practice saying the word over and over again, figure out what the middle sound that they're hearing is, and then go and find it out of the selection of sounds. So different ways that you can use these alphabet frisbees for building CVC words is you could also just lay out the sounds that are in your CVC word but mix them up and ask your child to put them in the correct order. So they would unscramble them so they could sound out the word k, a, t for cat. Another way to make it a little bit more challenging is you can actually add in extra letters, extra sounds to sort of make it a little bit more trickier, and then again just kind of ask them, can you find me the sounds to sound out the word cat? So then they have to look at all the sounds that you've laid out, and then they have to find the right word, and then obviously sound out correctly as well. So these alphabet frisbees can also be used to develop building CVC word skills. So a really good activity would be if you're outside, especially if you are using them for home learning, and you can actually use them as a frisbee in this activity, as you can have a selection of frisbees out. Now I've actually just put out the frisbees that are going to be in the CVC word we're going to be spelling, and you could say to your child, can you sound out the word cat? And then what you can ask your child to do is to throw the sounds in the correct order to sound out the word cat. So you would ask them to look at the sounds and think about, right, which sound is first? Can you throw me the first sound? So they would obviously go for the k, and then they would throw that. Then the middle sound, so that would be the ah, so then you would throw that to you. And then the last sound, the t, and then they would throw that next. And then another way that you could use these alphabet frisbees for developing CVC word skills is to be looking at different endings of words and then changing the beginning sound. So here we go, we've got the ending at, and if we add on the beginning sound, you can ask your child to sound out what that word says, k, at, cat. Then we can change the beginning sound to a different sound, and then ask them to sound this out, at, mat. Then we can change it again, at, hat, and it just gives them a chance to kind of explore all the different sounds that can be at the beginning of a word and the different endings of a word and all the different kind of CVC words that you can be making. Now, a lot of these activities that I've spoken about can obviously be adapted to be in the classroom, but also at home or even outside as well. So all of the kind of matching activities can all be used with throwing the frisbee, or all the sound identification activities. So again, you can just be laying out your frisbees on the ground and ask your child, can you throw me the b? So then they'd be able to throw you that, or even holding up a sound card. So just say you're holding up the sound ah, can you throw me the sound that matches this? And then they'd be able to throw that. So what I love about these alphabet frisbees is they're so adaptable. You can use them indoors, you can use them outdoors, you can use them for so many different activities and to develop so many different skills as well.